So, hi, nice to meet you after such a long time. How have you been?
I've been doing well.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. So, how's the day been treating you?
It's been pretty normal.
Uh-huh. Very well, then, since we are on the topic of marriage, I wanted to ask some questions, some general questions related to that. But before I can go ahead, if you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, you can let me know.
I do not have any question, but I wanted to share something with you.
Sure,
While while practicing my pronunciation, I came to know a few rules that I would like to share with you
sure.
about that decision part. So first of all, I would like to ask, has it improved any way?
100%. It's perfect now. It sounds literally perfect. Decision. That's exactly how we say it. Perfect.
Decision, confusion, collation,
You nailed it.
supervision.
Yes.
So the the trick is that whenever tion comes as as a suffix,
Hmm.
so if s follows,
Hmm.
the pronunciation is chan,
Hmm.
like question or
Yes. TION is done. Question, information. No. Question and what else?
digestion,
Suggestion. Yes. Suggestion.
suggestion,
Yeah.
digestion, question. And what was the another thing?
Another one was
And
just shun, like permission,
yeah,
application, communication. That is sure.
right, right. And whenever sion follows,
Hmm.
decision,
Hmm.
decision. So ison. So if a vowel comes before it,
Hmm.
if vowel comes or r comes,
Hmm.
r plus vowel,
Hmm.
then the pronunciation is jan. Otherwise, it is shun.
That's wonderful. Great that you know the rules, but tell me, how did you work on the actual pronunciation? When, like, most of the time people get to know the rules, but they're not able to train their tongue to say it in a certain way. So, what practice did you do to get the actual pronunciation right?
The same trick that we had discussed last time, that it comes with sh. So while pronouncing sh, we have to bring voice from here. Zh, zh. So I tried this so many times,
Hmm.
and even now I feel like whenever I'm in flow, sometimes I miss to pronounce it correctly. So I'm practicing it eventually.
Okay, that's nice. So, this is what I wanted to know. It took a lot of practice, I believe, many sessions.
Yeah,
Or
definitely. It's been a month maybe. Like the first time when I had been stopped or I had been noted down for
I
the
had noted it
pronunciation.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a month since then.
Perfect. See, it takes a lot of practice. A lot of people, what happens within 2, 3 attempts, they're like, oh, nahi ho pa raha. And they don't practice beyond 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So,
And
any kind of
even
pronunciation.
I had got that overwhelming part, and that's why I brought this again. That the moment the day you had said that okay, we can pronounce it like decision.
Hmm.
So that day, what I got that this is also correct.
Yes.
I didn't understand the context that okay, till the time you are not able to pronounce, you can pronounce it like that, but you
Yes.
will have to think about the correct one if you want to improve on that.
Absolutely.
So because of that mistaken part,
Hmm.
what I am trying to say that had I not come across that video of the American tutor,
Mhm.
I would have never practiced it because the two videos of American pronunciation suggested that all these two are not accepted. So only Jean is accepted. So if you want to improve, you have to speak like this.
Yeah, you will hear a lot of these things, but to be very honest, no one pays so much attention to that, and it's acceptable. It's not like
Yeah,
anyone is going to reprimand you for saying it in a certain way. As
no,
long as
no,
you're getting
and
the basic sound correctly, it is totally acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah, that is okay. What I'm trying to say is that if you are looking forward to work on something
Yeah.
and you know that this is how it is, uh, I mean, this is the perfect way, or
Yes.
this is the way it
You're
is.
meant to go. And to be
Yeah,
honest, you cannot build an entire building in one day, right? You need to
right,
get the foundations right. And the earlier
right,
recommendation that I gave you was not as bad as you were pronouncing it earlier. It was a minor improvement, and then you build on that and you make it perfect. So that's how it works. If
yeah,
someone targets that within 2 attempts I will get it properly, it's not possible. You have to first get the sounds as close as possible. This is a step by step process.
yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say
Mm-hmm.
that for me, confusing part was that decision can also be accurate. So the moment I got to know that, I would have not worked hard to improve myself. Since
Mm-hmm.
I came to know from those two videos that
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is also a just so and so pronunciation. So if
Mm-hmm.
you want to perfect it, you will have to work. And
You
then
have to
I
work.
started working.
Truly, it takes a lot of efforts, and glad that you were able to nail it this time. And now we can move ahead with the conversation, shall we?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So, since we were talking on the topic of marriage, let's do a small extempore. The topic is, in your opinion, do you feel that marriage has become a social obligation in our society more than an actual requirement? So you can say yes, it has become a social obligation, or you can say no, it is not a social obligation. People do it out of requirement only. So whichever side you want, you can go for it. I'll give you 30 seconds to think about whatever points you want to say, and then you can start speaking. Okay?
Well, it has been a social obligation for time immemorial. But now I think that time has changed, and slowly, especially in urban areas, among the liberal people,
Yeah.
it is not that social
Hmm.
obligation till, and it's a bit
It's
changing.
not a compulsion, you can say. It's not a
It's not a
compulsion.
compulsion.
Yeah.
It's a bit changing these days.
Hmm.
But even today, in villages or in rural settings, it is almost like a social obligation. So if you pronounce or if you say that okay, I don't want to get married, people will not only teach you
Hmm.
that why you should get married,
Hmm.
but they will make fun of you as well, that okay, if you don't want to get married, then what will you do?
Hmm.
And they will cast you different kinds of accusation as well.
Yeah.
So on that front, I think that yes, in many parts it is still compulsion. But in some liberal states, or among the liberal group of people, it is not a compulsion, but of course, uh, necessity for those who uh, feel that yes, they should get married. They should uh, spend their time with someone
Yeah.
because they need a partner to live with.
True. It's mostly for the companionship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, would you want to add anything more to that?
No, I covered whatever I
Everything.
have to say.
All right. So, this question, what will you do? We will practice saying that with more impact. Most people ask, "What will you do?" It's very monotonous, right? There is no variation. It should sound different. Most people ask,
Yeah,
"What will you do?" You know, it should sound accusatory. It should sound sharp, right? So let's practice
definitely,
that.
definitely.
We will first
Yeah,
think this
like
only
the
what.
most people say, if not marry, then what will you do?
Very good. Very good. Perfect. This is sounding concerned, concerning. Like, what will you do? It's very concerning, as if someone is actually worried for you. You know,
Definitely.
if you want to make it sound accusatory, right, you can say, what will you do? Right? It's like someone is demanding you to answer. If you don't do this, then what are you going to do? Imagine that a person doesn't want to take up science after 10th, and the parents are like, science nahi loge to aur kya karoge? So that kind of a tone. So
Yeah,
we'll try
like
the accusatory one. You
if
can
you
say
not
the what.
if you are not going to do this, then what will you do?
Yes, yes. So when you want to sound concerning, you will stretch the last half part of the sentence. If you want to sound very accusatory, you can of course use your facial expressions to support you in that, and stress on the first half, like the what, like karoge kya tum, like that.
Right.
That makes a difference. Perfect. This is good. And Indian weddings are very popularly called as the big fat Indian weddings because of the amount of money that gets spent on these events. Earlier it was in lakhs, but these days it's easily in crores of rupees. Like my previous roommate, or my last roommate, right? When she got married, it was worth 2.5 crore rupees. Her father ended up spending so much. So, what do you have to say about it? I don't want to ask you anything specific. I just want to give you the free will. Whatever you feel about this, you can talk. Lavish spending.
Well, being a economics student
Hmm.
during my plus two,
Hmm.
I only observe one thing that people talk about extravagant,
Hmm.
extravagant
Hmm.
nature. But what I feel that
Yeah.
no matter how much you are spending, it is creating opportunity for others. Like if you are spending 2.5 crore,
Hmm.
definitely that money is going to someone or other who is in the working, who is working for in those industry.
Yeah.
So in that way, you are creating opportunity of income for many
Hmm.
workers
Hmm.
or many uh, what many professionals.
Hmm.
So like if you are talking about 2.5 crore, definitely there would be some designer clothes, and also a fashion designer would be in picture.
Okay.
So either for professional or for workers. So
Hmm.
in normal settings,
Hmm.
in lower middle class family, even they go for spending around 15 or 25 lakhs
Hmm.
according to their status.
True.
So even they are creating opportunity for different people working in that industry. So
Hmm.
in that way, I think there is no big a deal that how much you spend, but whatever you are spending is creating a way of money for different workers. Then it is good. You at at the end,
Yeah.
you have to decide what how much you are capable of and how
Hmm.
much do you want to spend, because it's your event and it's one time event. It's not that you get a chance to spend every now and then. So spend as much as you are capable of, because at the end, it's not a waste of money at all. It is creating opportunity for many people. I think in that way.
Wonderful. Again, for these kind of questions, there is truly no right or wrong answer. To be very honest, even my opinion is very close to you. If a person is affluent, right, if they have a lot of wealth, for them, maybe 1 crore or 2 crores is not a big amount to spend for their own child's wedding. However, if it's a middle class person and out of societal pressure, if they're being forced to spend so much, relatives will taunt or the other party will taunt, then forcing them to spend so much, that I am against. But if you have the capacity, then it's your money, your wish. You can spend it however you want. No one should be pointing fingers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I don't want to come on that part, because
Mhm.
many a times people spend because of the peer pressure. Not I would not use peer.
Societal
I mean
pressure,
societal pressure,
yeah.
or because they want to maintain the status the
Yeah.
way they have been living,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe while trying to maintain the status of the uh, other party with whom you are getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that happens also. So these things are, I mean, pretty much objective in nature.
Yeah.
Every family will have to deal with this kind of questions on their personal level. So
Correct.
they can do that, but no matter how much they spend, at at the end, that money is going in the hands of some needy people.
Yeah. It's creating jobs. Yes, truly. Wonderful. Great. Perfect. So yes, that brings us to the end of the Q&A part. I'll give you certain words now. All right. Let me know if you can come up with an example sentence with the same. Okay.
Okay.
First word is nostalgia. So can you make a sentence with nostalgia?
Okay. Nostalgia.
Yes.
So
Nostalgia.
cricket is the only thing that creates so much of nostalgia for me.
Very good. Now your challenge is to make a sentence with nostalgic,
Yeah.
which is an
So
adjective.
whenever I watch any cricket match,
Hmm.
I feel nostalgic about my days.
Very good. The next word for you is affluent. Affluent. Affluent.
So it hardly matters how much money an affluent family is spending on any ceremony. Ultimately, that money will create jobs for others.
Okay. The fourth word is affluence.
Yeah. The- there are some people that show that how affluent they are
Hmm.
in many ways.
Hmm.
But I think that if you already have some power, all you need to do is to get the things done or get the work done. There is no need to be ostentatious.
Hmm. No need to show off. Okay. If you are affluent, you don't have to be ostentatious, right? If you're
Right.
affluent. Okay. Great. The next word is popularity.
Yeah. So popularity of 90s,
Sorry,
it,
can you come again? Your voice broke down. Can you please come again?
popularity of 90s songs
Yes.
are finding a re-space. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, yeah,
Are finding their place again?
yeah.
Okay. The next word is popularize.
Popularize. Once again, it sounds kind of adjective.
Yes. Popularize is a verb actually. Popularize means the act of making something popular. The
Yeah, right.
process of making
Okay.
something popular. It's a verb.
So these days, it especially falls on media. They can popularize anything.
Hmm. Yes, very true. Okay, then Raj, I think that brings us to the end of the session. I will go to the next one and you have a great day ahead. Okay,
Same here.
take care. Bye bye.
Enjoy and bye. See you in
Thank you.
another session.
See you.